So, having seen the first 2 episodes of Romantic Doctor, I think I get the idea when the producers described it as having genuine doctors. Because, oh boy, the show really starts with a bang. Be warned, the show clearly isn't for the faint of heart because the level of ER frantic and gore is dialed up quite high. It's easily one of the most gruesomely hard to watch, yet so engaging TV pilots in recent memory. In the beginning, we get to see a young boy, the one of the main character Dong-ju, and how he decides to become a doctor. He's from a family of poor means. His father, in critical condition, arrives at a hospital but isn't properly attended by ER staffers. Why? Because they're busy tending a high-profile patient, apparently of great power or wealth, who arrived much later than Dong-ju's dad. So the father ends up dead, and Dong-ju later wreaks havoc with a baseball bat. But he's thwarted by a mysterious staff who tells Dong-ju something to the likes of, "If you're angry, become a better person." This mystery man happens to be Bu Yong-ju, or the titular teacher Kim, who later ends up at Dordam Hospital, a small general hospital in a rural region and the main setting of the drama. Now the show fast forwards and we see a grown-up Dong-ju, an intern at the same hospital where his dad died. Talk about karma. He's highly talented and at the same time principled and doesn't give in to hazings by his seniors. Another character, Yoon Seo-jung, is a senior intern at the hospital. She's played by Hyun-jin and is one of the show's 3 leads and Dong-ju's love interest. She's also highly talented, highly intuitive, who happens to make quick life or death decisions on the spot. She's effective but also controversial because she often defies convention and gets in trouble with hospital seniors. So one day, the hospital is confronted by, let's say, a near freak accident. It's highly uncomfortable to watch, but at the same time, very intriguing as to glue the viewers to their television. With all senior staff unavailable and the patient's life at risk, Seo-jung ends up deciding to basically pull off a highly unconventional medical stunt and manages to keep the patient alive. She ends up winning Dong-ju's respect as well as his heart. And in a rather bold moment for a pilot episode, Dong-ju makes a move on Seo-jung in an empty office. It's not clear, but it appears she's a bit taken away by Dong-ju's move. Seo-jung later tells Dong-ju that she's in a relationship with another man who happens to be a big shot surgeon at the same hospital. Then we move to a scene where Seo-jung and her boyfriend are traveling in a car. While stopping on a red light, the boyfriend offers a ring and proposes to her. We're not sure how Seo-jung responds, but the camera cuts away to the outside of the vehicle. The car moves along and then, BAM! It is hit by a truck and the two arrive back at the hospital. Dong-ju happens to be on duty. The boyfriend, who appears fairly okay compared to Seo-jung, tells the staff he's going to operate on his Seo-jung. But Dong-ju finds out that the boyfriend was driving under the influence of alcohol. Dong-ju takes over Seo-jung from the boyfriend. Seo-jung, briefly able to talk, tells Dong-ju that it's the boyfriend that is in need of immediate medical attention. So what does Dong-ju do? He goes over to the boyfriend to treat him, but he witnesses a tense moment between the boyfriend and another female hospital staff who appears severely disturbed. It is suggested that he was dating Seo-jung and the other woman at the same time. What an ass! The boyfriend then suddenly loses consent and collapses. It is later revealed that he died. Meanwhile, Seo-jung goes under intense treatment and ends up with a permanent hand/arm injury, which is critical in her ability to perform surgery. It's later revealed to viewers that Seo-jung told the boyfriend in the car that she was romantically approached by Dong-ju. The boyfriend, in a fit of blind rage, seems to have intentionally driven the car to be hit by the incoming truck. The first episode ends with the despair-stricken Seo-jung alone going on a hiking trip late in the evening and injuring herself. A mystery man also on trail discovers her and treats her injury. He happens to be Teacher Kim. And that brings the end to the pilot episode. I thought it was a perfect pilot. Basically, it began with tension and ended with tension. I thought the producers made every single moment scene count, no cuts or scenes wasted. And now on to episode 2. About 5 years have passed from episode 1. Dong-ju makes surgeon at a hospital with top scores. But he finds out that the son of the hospital's head also makes surgeon. Dong-ju, still the underdog, obviously wants to prove himself. So one day a former big-time politician is hospitalized. Survival rate is almost slim to none, but the hospital head recommends Dong-ju take a shot. Dong-ju at first shuns, given the near impossible odds, but the director challenges Dong-ju. He tells Dong-ju that he's the same young boy that caused mayhem in the hospital. He provokes Dong-ju that in order to succeed, one has to take risk. Dong-ju takes the bait but fails to save the politician. He's transferred to the Doldam hospital in the rural region. So basically, Dong-ju goes through a period of depression, gambling, and booze. He almost decides to quit, but an incident occurs at a occasion where he has to save an emergency patient's life. He also encounters teacher Kim as well. So at any rate, he changes his mind and reports to work at Doldam, where the mood and staff atmosphere is a bit off. Everything is a bit off. The place and the atmosphere gives off sort of a haunted house or a Twin Peaks vibe. But what's more striking is that Dong-ju runs into Seo-jung, who's been working at Doldam for some time. We find out that Dong-ju's been trying to contact Seo-jung for a long time, and that Seo-jung was apparently cutting off herself from the past. She's clearly moved by Dong-ju's sudden appearance, but tries to hide her emotion. Dong-ju not only brings back the fire inside of her, but the past trauma. It's revealed Seo-jung's been taking some sedatives for what appears to be some sort of PTSD. She later causes an incident where she tries to take her own life by slitting her wrist. Teacher Kim takes her in for surgery and Dong-ju tags along while the second episode ends. So episode 2 also ended with a bit of a cliffhanger. Right before this show began, I was watching Sweet Stranger and Me. Well, I think I watched 3 episodes of it, but still wasn't hooked and was wondering, man, how long do I need to keep watching this for it to get me hooked? Teacher Kim from the very beginning grabbed me by the collar and shouted, "Stick your eyeballs to the TV monitor, you won't regret it." I think it did a fantastic job so far, and let's see how it moves forward from here.